Hello. Good afternoon. Welcome. It's Valentine's Day, so happy Valentine's Day. Got a super chat immediately from Alfie Boy saying injury case, FC. Points at best tomorrow. He's gone. I don't know what he's gone means. I'm not sure what he's gone.
Is that how it finishes?
That's
he's
how
gone.
It finishes, yeah. Maybe he's just Alfie's like talking in the third person, saying that's what he's saying, and he's gone.
Yeah.
Don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah. Steve Evans says, why do all our players get injured for a lengthy time? Since Martinez, we've had numerous leg breaks, serious knee injuries, etc.
I'm blaming the grass.
Yeah. We knew it was. We knew yesterday it was going.
What's worse is though, none of them are like anything impact wise, are they? They're all kicking the ground and Brozier didn't really. There was not much contact there. Dom jumped up in the air. Dwight McNeil, who knows when he got his.
We do.
Jamitty.
Yeah, we don't know what. It was a side and a hamstring.
Yeah, we don't know what's going on with Jamitty.
And obviously we know that Irabunum and Ghana were having WWE fights at Finch Farm. That's
Absolutely. There was a ring set up for both of them too.
We know that, but everyone else, been so straight. We have been decimated. I mean, Branthwaite had an operation, was fine, and then was out again for about 8 weeks.
Yeah.
Or something, you know. Coleman is
Coleman's
on and off, just injured all the time. Patterson, we've been decimated. No one really speaks about it.
No.
It's all Tottenham, and Spurs have been, don't get me wrong, they've had loads as well, but Everton have had, I'm sure Everton have had, considering the size of our squad and what we spend, it's an absolute miracle that David
What will the bench be tomorrow? Keane, Irabunum. Did he mention Patterson in the? So
no one asked him about Patterson.
It's pathetic. None of it involved.
He did look doubtful last week. He might be back next week, didn't he?
So he's going to leave him another week.
Yeah.
So we're going to have like 3 senior players on the bench.
Yeah. Keane. Yeah, there is, isn't it? Keane, Young,
and Irabunum. Or Alcaraz. Depending on which way he goes.
Yeah. But that's it, isn't it?
Yeah.
I don't think there's. Is there anyone else?
Who's playing for the under-21s? They're playing right now.
They're playing
who's playing for the under-21s right now?
That'll be a bit of a guide, won't it? You do that, James. You do that. Dazzle Camo says, what's some Liverpool fan media reaction to Tark's goal? And Jesus Christ, we're the ones who overreacted. They're hilarious, mate. Just ignore them. Have you got the team there, James? Yeah. Go on then.
In goal, Barnsley. Samuel Smith, Tamman, Welch, Thomas, Bates, Patterson, Graham, Barker, Benjamin, Bochy. But I don't know how to say his name.
Don't even know half of them.
So there's no like Dix. There's still the 21s, and there's no like Dixon or anything. No Heath. He's normally on the bench.
No. He'll be on the bench for us.
No Sheriff.
Yeah, maybe on. Sheriff will be in the squad till the others are back. Is Thingy there? The Clark, is he playing?
No.
Because he's one who I know that they were thinking about including.
Oh, yeah. Braden Graham's playing for the
because he's fast. Yeah, well, he will, won't he?
But he hasn't, though. Has he? I don't think he's...
No, but Sheriff...
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Is Benjamin there?
Benjamin's playing up front. That's weird that he's not, like... Because he's, like, the one who scores the goals, and it's weird that he hasn't been involved.
The physical side, he's only slight, isn't he? But if Bowman Clark, they just call him Clark sometimes, don't they? Yeah. It wouldn't surprise me if he's in, because he's quick and can dribble. It wouldn't surprise me if they took him because of obviously the injury. It's a sickener, the NGI one, isn't it? Because he's other bar Beto. You can piece the other bits together and go, well, they can do a job, but there's no one like NGI.
Sort of like for likes.
There's no one like NGI in the squad, is there?
He's completely different. Southampton got a player on the bench who sounds like someone from who would have lived in Sherwood Forest. His name is Will Merry.
Fair play to him.
He sounds like he's straight out of Robin Hood.
Just that because of merry men and because a lot of
Will
people
Merry,
Will.
that sounds like it, doesn't it?
It does. It sounds very much like a Monty Python character in, that. But
fair play
to them.
All over that.
I love all that. Southampton having a go. It's great. What time did kick off? 1?
1.
No goals.
8 minutes in.
We're not even winning already. We're crap.
No, I expect us to go 3-0 up and then probably get pegged back to 3-3.
They loved that. They
Yeah.
done that the other week. They
Yeah.
were 2-0 up against Newcastle, weren't they? Well, yeah, and it ended 2-2 about 4 minutes later, yeah. Or they like being 2-1 up and get beat 3-2, so... But, yeah.
No, we're decimated, aren't we? We are literally decimated, and that's what makes tomorrow really, really tough. Would have been a game before, and you would have gone... And still might be, but the choices, certainly the starting choices and what comes off the bench. And that's where maybe you have to pick the team and go, I won't start him because I might need him to come on after an hour. He might make a bigger impact, or what's his fitness like and stuff. So it's going to make it really difficult. And of course, we've just played 100 odd minutes on Wednesday night where Palace haven't had that intensity. And that's what makes it a little bit, obviously, more difficult tomorrow.
When did they play? Monday night?
Monday,
they
they played Exeter, didn't they?
Yeah, but they had to be scraped.
Yeah.
Yeah. Who's Shrek 2? So Rod Ross said Shrek 2 on his Shite FC YouTube channel, Warning Blues, how hard he is. Is it the baby?
It's not the baby, is it? Is it the baby?
I don't know who that is.
If he ever wants a boxing match, I'm all day
You'd
for
end them in
James
about 4
to
seconds.
do it.
Oh, okay.
James is he's the youth.
The youth, yeah.
He's our academy. So
Adam Haywood, a YouTube member, says, great content, lads. Keep it coming up. The Toffees. Hope everyone has a great day. Thank you very much. Emma says, happy Valentine's Day to you, boss.
of course, it'd be to you.
And what about Ped? He's here.
I'm fine.
He's here.
Did you get a Valentine's gift? Just throwing that out there. Did you get one?
A card. There is a gift, apparently.
Just not been given yet.
Not been given.
Oh.
Hey, until the kids are out. No, we're just that.
You're going to play Subitio with it. Have a game of FIFA. You need Zach to get out.
That's none about.
Zach, we're having to kick him out in the backyard. Get out.
We're having a wrestle. Get out. As long as it doesn't end like fucking Eddie Boonham and James Garner, we'll be all right. Yeah, it is gutting, the NJ thing. It's just like, I mean, imagine if it had happened like 4 weeks ago, and I know people go, yeah, but we could have brought someone in, but then, like, could we? As in quality wise, but what I mean, the point I mean is we've got these 10 points, we've got that where we are now. It's just about adding points on as we go now, isn't it? And hopefully the likes of Chimity isn't too far away, the likes of Brozier isn't too far away, just to give us extra bodies and a different option. Because if Brozier comes back and can stay fit longer than 2 weeks, he is someone you could use wide on one side who likes to run with the ball. He's a bit different, and then you could maybe play a flat three, or if McNeil could get himself fit. David Moyes last week sort of sounded like McNeil was still like 5-6 weeks away, which is a bit of a... We'll have to do what we do, don't we?
Just have to get through it.
You know, it's great, get a draw tomorrow or nick a win. Defend for your life. Well, you can though, can't you? They're not great at home. Only won as many home games as Ipswich or something.
Yeah.
They're not great. They're better away, aren't they? But we'll see. James says there'll be 4 goalies on the bench tomorrow. Corrin says we always have bad luck every year with injuries.
It's a small squad, isn't it? It's more noticeable with a small squad. And of course, when you've got a bigger squad, you can rotate your players so you don't have as much damage on them. These players have played, in Jai's first season in the Premier League. Yeah. He's playing every game, every minute of every game.
Stupid injury, though. Like you said, it's like a tackle going in for it. Like the Mangala thing was really disappointing because he was just doing well for us, wasn't he? And his was at least a challenge. You know what I mean? It's still a bit, one of them, but it was a challenge where this is kick. We've had 2 players who've kicked the floor.
I know.
And got injured. And who's to say that? Rozier, second injury didn't come as a result of the first injury the week before. Body, or a bit like worried about it. Well, you know what I mean? Could be anything, couldn't it? And you're just like, what the Hacken says 6 attackers out with the Corey tomorrow. No, but we're still going to have Beto. We've still got Jack Harrison. It's his time to step up now, isn't he? Done all right the other night. We've got Lindstrom's got to be due a goal, mate. Like 60, something like 68. Is it 68 games or something like that?
Limbs for Lindstrom, that's what I say.
He's got like one of the longest records for someone who's like values over 20 million on transfer market by like a good 40 games though.
I reckon he like slots 2 tomorrow, Lindstrom. Go big for Lindstrom.
Take it.
Just there, knee sliding to that corner where you can't see anything at Palace once you go like 6 rows back. Full knee slide. There, 2-1 win. Lindstrom 2. Imagine that. We'll call it the Lindstrom game.
Yeah. Catchy.
Palace 1.
Catchy.
Palace 1. Lindstrom 2. That's how I'll address the final word. If that's what happened. Limbs. We'll even call it Lindstrom.
Nice.
Yes, bet. Even though David sometimes calls him Jasper. Lindstrom with the winner. That would be lovely,
That'll
wouldn't
be
it?
the title on Monday for the live show. If it comes
Limbs for Lindstrom. Jasper Lindstrom with the winner. Wouldn't it be great though if something like that happened? You know, like he come up with a couple of goals from nowhere at the weekend.
That's
would you be tempted to play him centrally now that we don't have to call it?
The problem is, you could, right? But you reshuffle him. You could, and you could play Ashley Young as a right winger, as a right like defensive midfield player, and have Lindstrom trying to join in. But I actually think his pace wide. He works hard, doesn't he? He's working hard in front of Jake O'Brien. They have got a little partnership going where it's not really delivering anything at the moment, but as in terms of like assists and that, but they're working hard together. You could put him in his proper position and go ahead, lad, go and enjoy that. But
give him a go.
But we might be better using Alcaraz with this because he uses the ball well and he's got good control and he can beat a man and stuff, and he's got a good dig on him. We might be better using him there. Or he might go with Irabunum for an hour, the size of Irabunum and the physicality. And he's someone who does travel with the ball. Just he's got to get his shooting boots on, hasn't he? Really, he's had a few shots the last few games and hasn't quite got there, but he runs well with the ball and he's strong, Irabunum. And that might be... I mean, what are you thinking in terms of... Because Beto, we want him running onto stuff, don't we? And they're two centre-backs, two of the 3 centre-backs are quite good. Lecroc and Gay. But they do give up chances, Palace.
Yeah.
And you want someone to feed the bet. Who would you rather... Who would you have there? Would you... Irabunum to like try and be the physicality?
The only worry about... I think Irabunum's a good shout, but then... I don't know. I'm just thinking about later on in the game. That's the only thing, is like if we need changes. And how much has he got in the tank?
Yeah.
So it's...
Alcaraz seems naturally fitter, doesn't he?
Yeah. So it's a...
And he's got a pass on him, Alcaraz. Like, he might be the one that slips Beto in. Might he? It's going to be a tough game. Listen, I think if we were going there with... Certainly with the team we had a few weeks ago, I'd fancy us.
Yeah.
I'd be thinking we'll win. There's no problem. I'm not saying with that we're not going to get a result, because I can see us getting a result, but it will be difficult because of just the creativity side of Njai. But then, been a lot of games this season where he's been creative on the edge of our box and breaking, but he hasn't really done much in the final third. So you might be able to get, you know what I mean? You've got to piece it together. Jack Harrison's got to start doing stuff. Lindstrom's got to start doing stuff. It's on them. You know,
it's a good opportunity for Harrison as well, where sort of everyone's forgot about him and now he's going to get a chance to play in his proper position.
On the left.
And at least a few weeks of him trying to at least claim it back and get something with the Everton fans again.
Well, he done... I think if you I know a lot of people will go, oh, he's not good enough, he's whatever, but we've got him for the season, so they're going on whether he's good enough or not. He's not keeping out 3 or 4 world-class players and people are losing their head. So you're right, James, he's in now, it's up to him. Now he's got to go in. I thought he did well against Bournemouth when he come on. I thought he was quite bright. Yeah. You know, when he hit the post and he put a couple of good crosses in. I thought he did well the other night for me. As you'd expect with Jack Harrison, the work rate and everything. I thought he stuck to his task the other night against Liverpool. Tried a couple of shots. One got blocked, the other one was sort of a bit of a p-roller, but, you know, it might have crept in the far post. simplify his game, like I said yesterday. Get it out your feet, put balls into their box, let them have to defend the cross from you. And he's got this opportunity now that he's not had much of lately, which is you're probably going to be in the team for a couple of weeks until we get more bodies back. So there's none of this thing, am I going to play? Go out, you're on your natural left side.
Yeah.
Go and work hard with Michalenko. Get wide, put a ball in the box. If you get a chance, have a shot. See what you can do. Get Lindstrom coming in the other side, and then that's what you know. The professional footballers, they're playing in the Premier League, and as a player, when you're not in a team, you just want that opportunity to play. Look at Beto. You know, Beto was out the door, wasn't he?
Yeah.
Dom stays fit, and Brozier wouldn't have got injured. Beto would have been sold.
Yeah.
Now, Beto's our best finisher, it seems. Well, he is. Mm-hmm. And he's scoring goals, and he's key now for us. And he's got a chance now to rewrite his Everton story and go, well, I'm playing regularly, I'm scoring. Why wouldn't you want it? Why wouldn't Everton want to keep him if he scores goals? You don't let people go out the door who can put the ball in the back of the net. Unless, obviously, you've got a better version of that. So it's up to Jack Harrison now to get in. It's up to Lindstrom. I personally think Lindstrom's worked really hard. You can see he's a sort of clever footballer. But I wouldn't be paying £20 million for him in the summer. No chance. No chance. There's players all over Europe who would score you 10 and create 7 and 8 that you can get for 20 million, who are 20 and 21. You might have to take a little gamble, but it's not really a gamble, is it? Because the lad we've got now just works hard. Yeah. He doesn't create or score. So it's up to him to change his story now, isn't it? David Moyes referenced it in his press conference today. You know, about giving the players confidence. Jack Harrison, he said, well, Jesper spoke to me when I came here about his confidence being low. Oh, I wonder why your confidence is low. Oh, yeah, because the fella keeps telling, who's in charge here, keeps telling you that he's aren't good enough.
Yeah.
You know, and the
manager...
There's
more reliance on him as well now, so he sort of has to start making them better performances. People do want to keep him eventually. But I think you're right. Right now, he's been good, but he hasn't shown why you should spend 20 million on him. There's a few games where he's went quite quiet and just let it pass them by, but you'd hope he can start to switch that around.
How great was it for Moyes today to just go, hang on, have you listened to his press conference?
Seen the bit of it, yeah.
The bit when he's like, hang on, stop talking Everton down. There's been enough of that. And it was a dig at Deitch as well, by the way. And I loved all that. Stop talking us down. People trying to tell us we're fight, you know, we're down there, the thing. Let's enjoy it, let's build us back up. And then later on, he was like, when we're in Europe. No, I mean, things like that, and just different class, like just a universe, galaxy apart from the last fella he was sat there taking his money, and a little dig at all those journalists as well who can't wait to try and like put us down. But he's, you know, let's hope these players can get back in and can do the job and get the other lads fit and available as soon as possible, so that they are pushing on that bench and going, I want a Patterson, give me a go, or, you know, and Schmitty, because the season's been a write-off for him. Looked good in pre-season, the first couple of games, and we've not seen the whole season of development gone. You know, and that's a horrible thing.
It's a big setback
for a player, and you know, we need Breuer fit, get him fit, and try and stay fit. You know, so that's where we are. That's where we are with them. Dex, a YouTube member, says, come on, Toffies, give the lads a subscribe. Less than 4k to take the mighty Toffee TV over at 100k.
Absolutely.
Danny Chair says, anyone taking balloons tomorrow? It's my mate's 40th.
Fair play.
Sean Collins says, I can't believe Stanley Mills got sold.
He's obviously nowhere near good enough.
They wouldn't have sold him, would they? They wouldn't have sold him if he was ready right now. The lad needs to play games, get regular football. And he's had a bad knee injury, so he's out for a year. So he just needs to get himself up and running and all that. Carl Byron says Alcaraz must start against Palace. Ian Michael Wright says, why worry when Big Tark is in the penalty area? Imagine if Tarkovsky just goes on a run now.
Yeah.
Just like smashing things in off corners.
Him and Keane up front. That'd be amazing.
I don't know. Because people don't think you're being serious.
No, people don't ever think I'm being serious.
People might think. They might say things like, Ped said put Keane up front.
Yeah, they might say that.
Michael Keane up front can never be.
No, can never be a thing.
It can't be.
Although it might be a thing.
It can't be a thing, and it never should be a thing. Simply because we've got a young striker.
Yeah.
He should be there. Don't mind if Keane was playing and the last 5 minutes he went, look, get up and make something happen, but it can't be real. Gary Ward says, Hardy. Josh says, afternoon guys, how brilliant was Moyes' comments about keeping the good feeling going for once after all we've been. Spot on, Josh. It's just stupid little things, like, although it isn't a stupid little thing, it's calling people out. And not enough people did call out the last fella, or the media, or messaging coming out the club. Aim high. Stop going on about, oh, it's really difficult this. Matt says, afternoon gents, I'm still a touch upset we didn't win, as I was convinced, and more importantly, we deserved to. You were convinced the other day, Matt. On the injuries, just watch Moyes' just watch Moyes will find new and unique ways to toy with the opposition. 2-1 win to Everton tomorrow. I hope you're right. Be tremendous. Aaron says, gents, do you know in the new stadium, if you're in the lower, can you meet up with people who are in the upper?
No, you're not allowed to come near us. Filth.
Yeah.
I don't know, I don't think you can. I think it's upper is upper and lower is lower. You can go all the way around the ground, but because it said on the upper that the south bar was only for people on the...
But what about in other areas? I'm sure they said.
You can go, but...
I know I can meet people in the upper east.
Do you know that for a fact?
Well, so someone said.
Well, who's this somebody?
I can't not name names.
Yeah, that somebody might be full of shit.
Or might be absolutely
because
correct.
It said that the South Stand bar was only for South Stand people. Local people. That's all. I couldn't care less. I'd rather the ground was free to mingle.
But what do you think? Do you think it won't? In your sections?
No, not in your sections. In your upper and your lowers.
You don't think they'll...
I don't know if lowers can go uppers and uppers can go lowers.
I don't know, Dan.
Because it all comes down to turnstiles, doesn't it? If you're going in certain turnstiles, you know you're going in the lower bit, and I'm not sure. I'm sure it said in that. I'm only going off by the fact that it said on the South Stand upper bar it wasn't... It's not exclusive, but it's. I don't think people on the lower can go up there. But this is Everton. I watched some lad jump over the barrier the other day.
Yeah. Leslie says yes, you will be able to.
Okay, I mean that's a bold statement.
Rob says, really loving how Moyes is talking about the club. It's music to my ears after the drivel that Dyche used to come out with. Yeah. Adam says the reactions to that goal showed the entire world what the dynamic in this city is, and all neutrals who understood footy have taken notice. One half follows their team as an accessory and a brand that they use to lord over other people, and the other one are quite simply the greatest fans in the country. One half follows football on easy mode, and the other one has, bar Sunderland in brackets, the most painful existence considering the weight of history round our necks. No other team's fans have done what Everton did in May 2022. There's a huge stigma about doing things like coach welcomes, and almost overnight thousands agreed to take part and even went on to send the coach off 2 away games. Leeds, who were also amazing, tried the same coach welcome against Chelsea a week later. No one turned up. The other half finished 6th under Hodgson and Dalglish and make out like they were toured Afghanistan. They don't realise that they themselves don't actually play on the pitch, and that what you can legitimately claim over others is your loyalty and passion, which is we beat them in every single time. Not discounting Baz's twerking when we beat them during COVID that he admitted to yesterday.
The thing is about it, right, is it's funny, I did, before the match, I did piece for French TV for Chaîne Plus, and it's going to be on late in the year. And the lad went to me, do you think, he's asking me all question, we were having a walk around, he's like, do you think this new stadium will take you out of Liverpool's shadow? And I just went, not in Liverpool's shadow. And he looked stunned, and he went, He was like, we're not in Liverpool's shadow. I said, stop anyone here, and not one person would swap our existence for their existence. Not one of them. I said, it doesn't matter. I said, this is not about...
We're the senior team.
I said, this is not about the trophies, or this is... I said, this is about belonging to something. I said, this is what we are. This is who we are. You can't suddenly, you're not going to just go, oh, they've won something. I want to be that. You have your own experiences, and that's what makes you are. And he just looked stunned by it, and I just thought that maybe is someone who doesn't understand football properly. And the reaction, you're absolutely right. The reaction to the fallout to this game, the reaction to it, does separate, for me, the wheat from the chaff. It separates people who understand football from people who don't understand football. It separates people who found football through FIFA and through whatever other, through the television screen. I said this yesterday, I was on Sky yesterday, and I said to her, we were talking, and luckily Neil from the Anfield app agreed with me. He was like, she went, about the scenes. I went, you're kidding yourselves. People want to see people kicking off. I said, TV channels want to see people fighting. I said, why are we kidding ourselves? Why do people after the game go, we don't want to see those scenes, and then immediately go, the scenes here at Goodison are amazing? People have to start realising this is what we love. Football is a sport that, for all of us, is all about passion and aggression, and we love players kicking off. We love tackles. We love it going off. Let's not kid ourselves. We don't want to see bottles being thrown. But I tell you what, we got brought up in one of the worst times to go to football and be around football, and I do think we are both sort of normal people who don't seek aggression or fighting. It hasn't made us like lunatics. What football is in a terrible place off the pitch due to like social media and being able to say what you want about people. But it's certainly not because of what's going on the pitch, where it's just like so PC now. So people understand football. Football people understand what they want. They want passion. And loads of people came out yesterday after the game and on Wednesday night and were like, that's what we love about football. That's an iconic moment. We said that ourselves. Never take that away. It could have finished 1-1 and being like, oof, it's just a no 1-1. That moment gave Goodison Park maybe, hopefully it's not its last great moment, but it gave it another great moment. And if they want to go, what are you celebrating a draw from? Well, fuck them. They haven't got a clue then. They don't understand what football's all about. People who sit at home watching via TV, who've never been to a ground in their lives, do not understand what it's about going to a game. Week in, week out, the trudge. You're paying money for absolutely nothing. Well, you are, aren't you? Paying money for absolutely nothing. So when people talk about the healing and all that shite that we've had, because Roy Hodgson just happened to have them in mid-table for a little bit. Oh, boo-hoo. When you're facing an existential crisis and you don't know if your football club is actually going to exist next year, which we all have, by the way. Some of us mightn't have realised that, but that's what we've been doing for the last 3 years, is not knowing whether our club... Like, we've had situations in the last 3 years where if we'd been relegated, our ground would have just sat there half-built. We wouldn't have had the money to finish that ground. No one would.
Well, Mashiri would have had
to he would have. Would he though? He could have just walked away into the sunset and left it. He could.
I don't think he would have.
Well, go look at Valencia.
No, but I don't think.
There's plenty. But anyway, there's plenty of examples of that. Plenty of examples of it where he could have just walked away if the Premier League money wasn't coming in to keep it going. So when these people talk in those, it just I find it hilarious. I just go, you do not understand. You are the 1%ers. You are the Elon Musks of the world. That's exactly what Liverpool are. They're the Elon Musks of football. They are absolute. Know all about everything, but know nothing about what real football's supposed to be. And football's supposed to be big moments in a game, in a season, that you all collectively get behind. And if you can't collectively get behind scoring a 98-minute equaliser that stops the other team from winning and make sure that you're not beaten in your last ever Merseyside derby, then you haven't got a clue about this sport.
Mate, put it this way, if they would have wrapped one in at the Kop in the 98th minute against us, it would have gone off.
Of course it would have.
And especially if they were saying bye to Anfield and all that, it would have gone off. It would have gone off. It's just a way of having a go, you know, being able to go, oh, well, look, he's celebrating it. Yeah. Piss off. He's all went and hugged and kissed each other when you got a draw with West Brom. Do you know what I mean? Walking, that was embarrassing. Yeah. Walking down to it was embarrassing that in a game that meant nothing, holding hands, waving to the cop. It was embarrassing. But they understood it, and who cares if everybody else thought it was embarrassing?
That was the start of their journey.
No, but that's what I mean. What I'm saying is, everybody rips them still about it. They don't care, and rightly so, they shouldn't care, because it's about them in that moment, isn't it? The other night, no matter what anyone says, A, it was an important point.
Yeah.
B, it's the last ever Merseyside derby at Goodison. It's the 98th minute. It's whether people want to accept it or not, it's damaged them a little bit in going for the league. So who knows? It's left the door open. There's a lot of...
It's a centre-half scoring.
A centre-half scoring a worldie of a volley after we were robbed of a penalty that we should have had. But it's a whole thing of when you wrap all that together, it was a massive moment. It doesn't matter whether it was to win a league or to win a cup or whatever. It's a local derby. And the big problem, I think, that Liverpool... I don't think like the genuine Liverpool fans have this issue, because they know the real Scouse Liverpool fans who go to match and all that, who aren't just jumping on the bandwagon. It's a derby, and it means more to them beating us. They can go. You get the ones on the telly, and you get the ones who are in other places who will try to blag United a bigger game. Why is United a bigger game? United to buy Everton in the league. Everton's their biggest game twice a season.
We talked about this,
and rightly so.
We talked about this yesterday. Off camera. Manchester United, Liverpool versus Manchester United. When I was a kid, don't ever remember it being a big game.
I remember they didn't like each other, but that was it. But it was more Liverpool, Merseyside, Manchester.
So when I was a kid, and obviously Everton and Liverpool, we were the two teams at the top of the league. Derbies are huge because they had huge consequences to them. But then Sky manufactured, and what's hilarious about this is, right, and this is again, for all you Reds out there who'll be watching, because I know you do, and I appreciate it, is they manufactured this derby because the whole time Manchester United were winning things, Liverpool were trying to stop them winning things.
Not by winning.
Not by winning the league, but by beating them. And that's what's hilarious about it. Liverpool were in exactly the same position as we've been in the last few years of trying to beat them to stop them from winning the league. And that's exactly where Liverpool in the whole time Manchester United were winning leagues, I think finished second once. And it got built on it got come off the back of, like, say, the 3-3 when Man United were 3-0 up. And Sky went, we've got something here. Because Liverpool were actively trying to stop them from winning the league. Because they had no chance themselves. So this sneering at us of like, oh, you know, it's your Van Dijk, you are an absolute blurt, honestly. And I say that, and the reason why I say that, right, is for one reason. Because he cry-arsed about Jordan Pickford after what he tried to do to James Rodriguez. If he hadn't tried to do that to James, I'd go, yeah, you got done, it was bad. He tried to take out our best player on that day, and I'll never...
Within about 40 seconds.
And I'll never forget that. I'll never forget how...
He was out after that. He was injured.
Yeah, but I'll never ever forget how they tried to... He pinpointed James as our best player and tried to take him out, and out on watch-alongs, they were like, oh, look, they got stuck into... Look, blah. And then Pickford just went, nah, lad, we don't play that game. No one here. So, done him. But... It's your own fault for walking off the pitch for a start. Why would you walk off the pitch unless there isn't a stretcher big enough for you? Anyway, the whole thing about Manchester United versus Liverpool was created by Sky Sports because Liverpool were trying to stop Man United every single year from winning stuff. So it's no different from us. 1 year they finished second. 1 year under Benitez they finished second. And it's mad. So the whole thing was them just trying to stop them every year, and that's what they built a TV derby off, because that's what it is. It's a TV derby. And they go, oh, it means more and the passion, blah, blah. Fuck off. If you don't have to go to work the next day and see someone who's just smiling at you, knowing that the night before with you, that's not a derby. That's not a... And that goes for Crystal Palace and Brighton. Fuck off. Behave yourselves. Because if that was a real derby, all Palace would have to do is every time they played them just go, wah, wah, wah. That's because that kills them. That gets under their skin so much that they're done.
It's the Bear derby.
Just do, well, it is the Bear. Maybe that's
derby.
what it is.
It's the
Who's
Bear.
better?
We're misinterpreting.
That's what it is.
It's the Bear derby.
But even that's not, because an eagle would rip the fucking head off a seagull.
Would,
so that's not even, that's a
What
non-starter.
about a Runcorn seagull?
Yeah, or a Conway seagull.
Oh, the Conway.
North Wales seagulls. Or Whitby seagulls.
Yeah, they're different.
So that's what
They
makes
hit
me
different.
laugh about the Manchester-Liverpool thing. Oh, we're not really bothered about them. Why are you bothered about Manchester United? Because you tried for 30 years to try and stop them winning the league, and that's the only reason. And the telly that Sky went, oh, this is good, this, because they're just trying to stop them. They're going to be party poopers. Oh, it's so hilarious. That's what's so funny. It is so funny. There you go. Rant's over.
There you go. Short.
Everton's Academy losing 1-0.
No, don't give me updates like that,
Thanks.
James.
Oh, well,
Let you know.
He's got to let us know, we said. Ken from Mumbai says, I love how Moyes has immediately made players better. And Celtic Vapors totally agree, Baz Moyes stopped that narrative pretty quickly. He certainly did. Thomas Darren says, I would spend 20 million on Lindstrom, having him and O'Brien build a partnership. Or if I see things correctly, he'd be wing-back with O'Brien doing the overlapping centre-back. Wouldn't you want a better wide player who works hard and scores goals and creates goals? Well, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, let's hold our 20 million quid for a lad who's not got an assist and a goal to his name.
Yeah.
Come on. We can like people, we can be fond of them, and we do get attached to them. But come on. 5 minutes, he's out. Like, 5 minutes after he leaves, you're not going to be asked. Are you really asked about Mangala? Come on. Are you? Look at me through that TV screen and go, oh, I wish Mangala had been, oh, I miss him. So I miss him because he's another body in the squad. But James Garner's just come in and played in that position, has been fine. So it would have been an extra body. So Lindstrom, okay, if you got him for like 8 million quid, I'd go, yeah, squad player.
Or another year on loan.
Yeah, or another year on loan.
Go full Harrison.
I'd have no problem with that at all. I'd have no problem with that. Like we've done with Jack Harrison. And I'd have no problem if we got Jack Harrison for another year on loan. I mean, don't get me wrong, if there was other loan players out there that we could get, fair play. But
Well, Leeds won't want him back, even if they come up, will they? They don't want him back.
so it's just, yeah, those players, we do. He's not Lukaku, is he? He's not like he hasn't scored. He's not Delafeu. He's
He
not.
had like 5 goals or something, 3 assists, you'd be going, I'll tell you what, definitely.
Yeah.
Ian says, looks like we're going to have half the bench with the under-21s. Under-18s or 21s. Very sure pressure this week. Must have been a bus waiting for them. No, they were training after that. Alex says, afternoon, lads, are refreshing to hear the Everton manager talking about how the club needs to be seen positively. Also, good news on Ndiaye away. I did fully rupture my ACL a few years ago, and initially the hospital, before any scan, said they thought I'd only damaged my MCL, and they were optimistic about a quick recovery time. Massively believe the artificial element of pitch contributes what seems to be more and more knee elements.
100%.
I did mine on a 3G pitch with nobody near me.
100% those pitches need to be looked at, because there's just, even if you stump if you've played on grass all your life, you will never do that on a grass pitch like that. I just don't believe you'd ever do that on a grass pitch, where if you kick through grass, your foot would just go through grass. There's no like natural resistance in these pitches. There's a natural resistance, and I think that needs to be looked at. And I know it has to be part of the pitch, because it means it's part synthetic. It means you're not getting those. But surely now, the fact that you can bring on these big heaters, these big lights, these artificial lights, surely, I understand for the new pitch, as in, it means it grows quicker. But surely,
Stop calling me surely.
I mean, it's not shale, is it? But you can put a pitch down and you can let it grow, and you've got the artificial lights to help it grow. You don't need that weave in it.
I don't know.
No, find out. Become an expert. Mr. God.
Brian Garside says, is Decore David Moyes' new Fellaini?
Probably, yeah.
Mark says, Palace have only won 2 home games all season. It's their away form that's carried them. Really good defensively. I think it'll be a draw. Where does Heath play? He's a wide midfielder, isn't he, Heath? Di Davies. Don't know if it's the former Everton goalie. Don't think it is.
Maybe.
I don't think it is. Says, afternoon Baz and Postman Ped. Because you'd always deliver.
Well, yeah, that is the reason.
Dan W says Bowman Clark is rapid.
And I hate the slot.
I thought you were going to say I always find the slot, but fair play. Kevin Maloney says, could you go 5 at the back tomorrow with Dixon at wing back?
Why do we need to go 5 at the back?
Didn't look out of place for Spurs. No, they'll keep what they've got, and it'll simply be Alcaraz will come in for Decore.
Yeah.
Or Irabun, and one of those will come in there. Jack Harrison will play off the thingy. Then it's the same team, other than that. Vindictus Gaming says that warm-up top is fire.
Everton give me this. Mad.
AJ says, Moyes saying too many times has brought us back to earth. And
what?
I wouldn't have bought it.
I wouldn't have bought this.
I thought you defo bought that.
Everton give me it.
Monstrosity. No, the monstrosity.
I bought it for my missus for Valentine's Day. She wanted it. I bought it. Got it yesterday.
Fair play.
She wanted it. It's a souvenir.
Wife,
it's a souvenir.
But the reality of it is an absolute
sold out.
monstrosity.
Sold out.
It's. I'll be honest. It's the worst thing I've ever seen Everton produce. It's horrific ever.
It's
honestly,
a souvenir.
It's worse than the Crayola bats.
Hey.
No, not the baseball ones. That was way worse.
Oh, I know. I knew it got K-Boss.
So that is
by the Heritage Society.
That's the only sort of thing. So and that's what they've come up with. So
imagine my surprise.
That's what they've come up with. So that's why it's sold out, because it's going to be the only thing for the season. So that's the way it is.
Weak people.
I mean, we've got our stake-free home share, which is good. Like, you know what I mean?
Weak people at the club.
MB says he got himself one.
Fair play.
It's very popular. It's practically sold out.
Fair play.
People want it. That's what you can ask.
No, it is. AJ said, Moyes saying too many teams have brought us back to earth and that we should stay up for a while. He means up as in stay, feeling good. Was so good. It was. Vindictus Gaming said, I watched the presser after work and I think he's just told us Decore is gone.
Why? What did he say? What do you mean Decore's gone? What?
I didn't get that impression.
What did he say?
He just said he wasn't happy with Decore, basically.
Because he'll be back next week.
Dan W says, I fancy Garner and Lindstrom to score tomorrow. Beto will kill the game. 3-1 to the Toffees. Imagine. Mark says, Charlie Boy will step up for Njai. Josh says, haven't we owned?
Everton Academy 1-1.
1-1. Who scored?
It doesn't say, yeah.
MB says, afternoon Premier Crew.
45 plus 1.
It's right, lads. See, we keep
just says
going.
Goal.
Yeah.
We keep going now.
Pepper scored for Southampton. That's all now.
Dude.
De Pepper for Southampton.
Nice, I like
He got booked and then scored the next minute.
Fair play to him. He's showing that.
We had to make a sub after 25 minutes.
Well, what a surprise.
What a shock. Francis Gomez come on for Kingsford. Boyoke. What the now did he get these names? Probably parents.
Just literally from the parents. It's kind of how it works. For Paul Williams.
Braden Graham, sorry.
Yeah.
Get him in the first team. Braden Graham, 45 plus 1.
He's unbelievable.
Unbelievable,
but
you know.
He's not playing in my team wearing his socks mid-calf.
They all wear them mid-calf. Bloody Bournemouth had centre-backs wearing them.
I don't care. They're not for me.
That's the way we live in, Baz.
Not for me.
You're going to have to get used to it.
No. James Graham says, I think the upper and lower are separate. You have to stick to either one. John Blaine says you can get around the stadium, but you can't jump the levels.
Yeah, that's what I
you
thought.
said.
Also, if anyone's going on Monday night, there's a bus service going out of town. Arriva have just posted something on their socials. So there's a bus going directly to the ground. They're obviously testing it for the season. Special bus service, special shuttle. It's going to leave Liverpool 2 hours before kick-off. One from Bootle and one from Bootle bus station as well. So if anyone's going, it's £2 fare and £1.40 for under 19s. There you go.
Lucas Cole, the YouTube member, says football is emotions. Danny Church, as a YouTube member, says, don't forget Anfield doesn't know what a fantastic atmosphere is. Paul Williams says...
So I'm just trying to get my head around how a section of people could stop an Everton kick coming out. I'm just trying to get my head around that. Sorry, I'm not going to say any more. I'm just going to leave it there. I just don't understand how a section...
I did tell you this.
You didn't tell me. You tell me nothing.
I got told it.
I get told nothing.
Mate.
I didn't even know when tag was finishing.
Mate, it isn't finishing, by the way. Listen. We were all in the room when I told this the other week. It was how long ago?
A few
it was
weeks
about
ago.
6 weeks ago. Yeah.
Sorry, how does an unelective collective of fans stop an Everton chair from coming out?
Mark Cody.
Thomas, message me and tell me.
Mark Cody says, so lads, are only Liverpool fans allowed to celebrate the last minute derby goal? Their fans are pathetic.
Yeah. Their fans are pathetic.
Paul Williams, a YouTube member, says, what are you saying is what makes us what we are and makes us Everton. That's why we're the best and it doesn't matter where we finish. Everton have soul, the others have nothing. There you go. Royal Blue Rich says it also stopped them going on about it for years. Guarantee they would have made t-shirts about it. 100%. 100% they would have done. I'm not saying it. Where are we?
Where are you?
Thomas Darren says he said they'd be evaluating the Decore situation. Boys, watch it again. Every time I've heard or used that phrase, the person was gone. Oh yeah, but I don't know whether. Listen, Decore's out of contract anyway, and he's on decent wages, so it wouldn't surprise me if he's gone anyway in the summer, and David Moyes gets a younger player for more money, less wages and stuff like that. So, but he'll be back in the team next week. Carla says it is hideous. The top. No, it is. It is. Where are we? Pause. It's coming back. Just chill. Just you chill, my friend. Kieran says, Ped, is your appearance on Sky Sports News available anyway?
It's not. I've asked for it, but I think
going to send the
I don't
footage?
think they're going to send it because I was controversial. I have no idea. He just didn't message me. I said to him, can I have the footage? He said, yeah, and I have said I haven't had it, and he hasn't replied to it. And normally send it quite quick, so maybe they're not too happy with what I said, but I couldn't care less. I just said, you just love it when people have a big scrap, and I said, in fact, the FA scrapped VAR for the first 2 rounds of the FA Cup, so to make it real football, that's what they said.
Man.
What about this for a Valentine's Day message?
On. Yeah.
Roses are red, violets are blue.
Yeah.
98 minutes. Tarkowski 2-2.
That Michael Ball. That was on a Michael Ball's one story, I think.
Oh, what about this one for a message? Copites are red and absolute whingers. At least with a toffee, you'll get sticky fingers.
Everton mints are classed as toffee.
Sorry.
You took one out of your mouth. Yeah, it would.
I did wait till you had something in your mouth there.
Thank you very much. Appreciate that, yeah. Thought you would.
Which is a rule I live by.
Okay.
Yeah.
Lewis says we're a sad set of fans. Yeah, they're bringing number 30 balloons to matches.
Yeah. Straight to card warehouse. This.
Mad, isn't it? Mad. They're great, the lovable Reds. Where are we? David Earl says, if it's the pitches we have at Bramley Moor, it won't change anytime soon. The weave and all.
No, I'm not getting on a high horse or anything about it. I just think in the last few weeks.
Why would you get on a high horse? Why would you never get on a low horse?
Quite tall, a low horse, drag me feet.
True.
I just think it's become more and more apparent in the last few weeks that players are picking up injuries because of these weird pitches. It's just becoming more and more. And you watch them and you see how many players. And Mangala, as soon as you saw it, his feet get caught. And someone just said in the comments there's like a natural resistance where, like, because obviously you're catching something that's woven into the ground. Grass will come out with your studs. Yeah. But this stuff won't. It pulls you back. And all you need is and we've picked up 3 injuries this season that I've seen anyway, where players, Njai, Mangala and Brozier, the first one, have all come stuck, because their foot has been stuck, and that's got to be down to the pitches.
Phil says, did he give any injury updates for the likes of Patterson? He didn't, but James has said it's been confirmed that Patterson isn't available for tomorrow. Bainey says the manager is just different class, so many levels up on Dyche. Surely everyone must be happy now. There's a positive vibe. We've not had it in so long. Good times to come. Matt says the issue with the modern fan is that they only see silverware as being what you can celebrate. Football is about moments, and they just don't get it. See, this is the hilarious thing, isn't it? There's only sort of 3 trophies domestically you can win. And there's a European trophy. So Liverpool have had 4 opportunities to win trophies this season. Well, one's gone already, right? I imagine they'll win the Carabao Cup. But there's no guarantees they'll win the Champions League at all. And there's no guarantees they'll win the Premier League. They should, and it'll be probably the most embarrassing fail ever. It'll be the worst collapse, I think, if they don't win the Premier League this year. I think they will, but it'll be, to them, you'd have to question the manager, because 3 times they've had huge leads that have been unable to be overturned. So if it was overturned, they'd have to look at that. But the reality is, most seasons for most clubs, you don't win a trophy. No. So you can't. So you never have those moments. You shouldn't celebrate a goal. You shouldn't do this. It's crazy. Yeah. It's absolutely crazy.
Nonsense. So
you just have to laugh those people who have a go. You just laugh at it. Ignore it. Don't go on social media. They
just don't understand football.
No. Ian the Blue says, Copites are red, the city is blue. Their heads have fell off, but that's not new. Self-entitled FC, why kick up a fuss despite the hollow success? They're nothing like us. I love it, Ian. Love it. Mark Mack says that Rory Jennings is a bit of a bell end, but his video about the derby is spot on. Rory sounds, to be fair, he's a bit mad, but he's all right. He was thanking both teams and fans for giving us football back.
Yeah, it's a proper game of footy. That's what makes me laugh when people say, "Oh, we don't." Rio Ferdinand was after the game was going, "We don't like to see scenes." Why not?
Rio Ferdinand, who caused shit everywhere he went.
Yeah, but why? Like, we've got to get away from this thing of like, oh, you can't do that in front of the opposition fans. Why not? It's our ground. If he wants to stand there and go like that, there's a picture out there of Trent doing it to the City fans at their ground.
Oh, he did.
He never got booked for it.
He did, yeah.
And if they want to do it to our fans, I've got no problem with that either. They'll get loads. Think you did it on Saturday for Bournemouth when they scored the penalty. He ran over and he ran over to our fans.
That's the way it is.
I've got no problem with that. They take loads of shit. This whole thing, it's gone ridiculous to the point where now people are getting booked for nothing. Absolute nothing. I thought after the game that the Corey had seen a straight red for violent conduct. I thought something had happened.
He looked like he was going to throw it. He looked like he was throwing dicks because Jones was.
When you watch it back, he does nothing. No. He does nothing. It's pathetic. Both players should have been told to fuck off and got nothing. Honestly, it's the game's going, but then the commentators are going, these scenes are amazing. This is what we want. And then you've got people going, we don't want to see this. Like what are you going to get then? You're going to get football where fans just sit there like it's a library and it's going to be crap.
They want the Craven Cottage experience, don't they? Which is just go and watch a nice game of footy and clap like that. when there's a shot or a goal. And then go get off for half time. Can't get a bevy because it's a black stand. And go and get a sandwich from Pret on the way home. That's what they want.
Beautiful experience.
That's what they want. £19.23 or something for a sandwich from Pret. Other over expensive and jag places are available. Bainey says, as S Club 7 said, reach for the stars. They did say that. Gordon says this young generation doesn't know what real football was like. The other night was a glimpse of what went before, and it was great to see. And Ped is right. We are not in their shadow, and never will. We're not in the shadow. We cast the shadow. We are here. They, no matter what they do, no matter what trophies they win, there's something they're never ever going to be able to eclipse, and it's that we are the first for everything.
Well,
we're the first club.
We're the big brother, and they're always looking.
That's it. They always need our approval.
They always need our approval.
Always.
And as Sarah from Mint said on a little video with Gareth from the Anfield Rap, we get under their skin like nobody else. We really do.
Matt says, if winning trophies was all that mattered and was the only reason we fall in love with this game, then it'd be a minority privileged sport. And they'd have walked away years ago when they had the spell of not winning. You know. Derek says, hi lads, I honestly believe with Moyes at the helm and proper investments in the team, we'll be pushing for the European place next season. When he had us before, we were regularly inside the top 8, which is now a European position. Let's not I'm not saying it can't happen, because clearly it can happen, but let's let it build. But you're right, if we can get competitive again. And what I would say now, where the slight difference is, but then what you've just said means that it probably would be similar. There's more teams now trying to get it was stronger, trying to get in the European positions. However, there were still strong teams then for less European places.
Yeah.
Everton would have been in Europe nearly every year under Moyes, but there was only 5 spots to Europe when it was sit and all that.
We'd have been conference champions every year if that place.
Well, we would have just built, wouldn't we? So yeah, there's no reason why not, but let's. Buck says, Moyes has given us our club back so many positives and he always praises our supporters.
No, he's boss, mate.
As a supporter.
This is why we wanted them. This is why we spoke at the end of last season saying, shake Dyche's hand, but bring Moyes in now. That's what we said that at the end of last season. It's all there because we as a man, he's an Everton man, and that's what we need to steer the ship at the moment, so we need it this year. Dyche sadly knew it was going to be his last year and therefore phoned it in, and that doesn't take away for a lot of people what he did last season. I know he's got a big fan club out there, people who wanted him before he came in, and that's fine, but this season the simple fact is he wasn't interested. It's Spain. Me and John the other day with someone, when we went to the Coventry game, it was so obvious that he wasn't interested.
It was pre-season.
Yeah.
Told you he wasn't interested.
Wasn't interested.
Wouldn't go anywhere because he just wants to go to Ireland. The least thing possible, the least effort possible. So, Ian says that's why they hate Man U so much. They couldn't handle him winning everything every year. Mills says Charlie showed his blue loyalty quickly, being the first to rip Curtis by the neck off Dukes. Good to see. Brian says, traditionally, as written in the Daily Express, I think in 1968, Everton and Manchester United always have been the biggest traditional Lancashire rivals. Benjamin says, things have got to be bad when Graham Souness is calling you out for disrespecting Everton. Fair play to him, but it's a bit rich when he accused Pickford of assault on the bed.
He does like us Souness, though.
But he's
always said that. He's always said that Liverpool, there's more Evertonians. He's always said that.
Always, yeah.
Because he gets it.
But he's right, though, about there was no... See, the thing what I find with Van Dijk is, for such a good footballer, and he's won trophies, why make yourself look stupid? He should have just come off the other night and gone, we're disappointed. And I know the question was why did they make it hard? But he could have said, well, that's their job. We're above them in the league. He could have said stuff still. We're top of the league. It's a local derby. They'd want to beat us. Of course, they're going to make it difficult.
He's fallen into the...
They get given the
They get fallen. He fall into the whole bubble. The other... Gimp said something to Ryan on TNT, I believe. I haven't watched it, but he said something about our fans. I was thinking, lad, you never even got on the pitch. Ali Elliott. I can never remember his name.
He said something about our fans.
Yeah. He said
Still, Ryan asked him, did you feel the atmosphere? And he went, don't know what you're on about. Fell from the Liverpool fans and then walked. It was just...
Oh, he's a dick.
Exactly. For a lad who never got on the pitch. Never even got on the pitch. I'll be honest, I wouldn't even have interviewed him because he never got on the pitch. But maybe he stopped for Ryan, and that's fair enough because it was in the mix zone. But I'll be fair. To be fair, well done to Ryan for not laughing in his face because he would have stayed professional in that moment. I mean, he had shorts on. I don't know professional you can be in shorts, but fair play to the lad. But I would have just laughed in his face if that had been me. So fair play to him. The lad's got a bit of a better than me.
What an embarrassing thing to say.
Oh yeah,
though.
he saw him before the game as well when they were walking in, and he went like, "Good luck, brother," or something to him. And Harvey Elliott said, "I'm not wishing you the same back," or something along them lines. Oh, I wish I could tell you that back or something like that.
He's a little player, then, isn't he?
That makes me hilarious.
He's another one who he'll just move on. He'll be playing for Bournemouth.
Yeah.
Well, actually, he won't because Bournemouth are good. He'll end up.
He links with moves away anyway.
He'll go back to Fulham or something. Do you know what I mean? Benjamin says things have got to be bad. Oh, no, sorry. Jay says lovely going into a game without pressure. Dare I say it? Good times. Have a great weekend, Blues. We know Emma will. Do you want to share, Emma? Nathan says, I was watching a derby with my
it's Fishnet Fridays at Tarnos.
Oh, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
That's what it is.
It's right, Emma. You'll kill it. Nathan says, I was watching a derby with my blue mate in a pub in London. As I lived there, there was a load of London Reds in there jeering and laughing at us the whole game. When we got up and celebrated at the end, they shouted at us saying we're a disgrace. They dominated the whole game and Everton is so dirty. Should have said, let's look at the foul count. David, we've done that. Well, Matt says there's literally no other stadium that could react like ours. None.
No.
John Wood says, was that a Charlie Adam set piece for the better goal? Yeah, believe it was. 100% Charlie Adam. Crafting it, so, start getting behind. Big Chaz. And those two. Set piece specialist, that's what he's there for. Come in, done it, worked on it. Fair play to Charlie. Let's see more. Let's see more of it. Let's see corners, inventive corners. Keith says, lads, have you spoken to the Redmen since? I spoke, Chris just said, all right, lads, and walked past, didn't want to talk, not that I wanted to. Spoke to Aaron, who's quite sound, and he was like, yeah, we were crap, Liverpool, we were crap, whatever. Chloe sort of, yeah, she was just like, draw was a fair result. But I don't know what they say away from that conversation. I'm sure it's a bit different.
What they say to us and what they say in there are two completely different
But
things.
I did. Eralu's on there.
That's not exactly what we do, by the way.
Eralu's on there said to me, good win, that wasn't it? But
that's because of me.
But I didn't get, I was just like, what? So normally I don't bite, I just laugh, but I went, I'm disappointed, to be honest, mate. And he looked shocked. That he was a bit like, oh, what? And I went, because I don't understand how you've got out of there with anything. I said, to be fair, and I know it sounds mad because we equalised, I said, but you were winning 2-1 and God knows how you hadn't even been in our half. And he was a bit like, oh, yeah, we weren't very good. I said, no, and that's why I'm disappointed because we should have won. And then I made it a bit more cordial then, but, whatever. Off we went.
That's it. That's to someone who sits in here and watches the home games on watch-alongs, so. And
creates.
Funny enough, we got a message from United Stand the other day saying, lads, we're doing a build-up show for the game next week. Love one of you to come on at like 11:45.
Oh, for the United game?
11:45? Sorry, mate, we'll be at the ground. We'll be there. Well, one of us will be.
You'll be there, I'll be on my way.
It's like, no, we'll be at that. No.
Are you coming down with a camera? Well, you're outside, yeah?
You're outside, but no.
Bainey says, would love to know what the slot said at the end of the match. I think he said, hey, Michael. Well, there's a video going around of him saying it, isn't there? Which is dangerous, that AI, isn't it? That is dangerous. I think he said, Michael, you had a cracking game there. Well played, my friend. Well played. Or he might have just said, lad, when we get to Wembley, we're going to smash your boys everywhere. And Michael Oliver said, I am not tolerating that from you, Mr. Slot. I'm pulled out a car for it. I don't know if that was what was said. I'm just thinking that might have been said. I don't know. Kevin Maloney, Harvey Elliott with that haircut should just hide in shame.
Well, he had the hood up as well during the interview.
Because he knew he couldn't really seriously with a straight face walk around Goodison with a haircut like that.
I just find it mad that you didn't play the game. You weren't even involved. You weren't good enough to get on the pitch. And so you have no opinion. You can't have an opinion.
No, but I suppose
you might as well have been in here doing a watch along.
They're gonna ask him a question. I get that. That's fine. But they're making silly digs.
Yeah.
You just go. But so what did he say? What did Ryan say to him?
He said, with the being the last atmosphere at Goodison, did you feel the atmosphere? And he went, no. I felt it from the Liverpool fans.
You couldn't hear the Liverpool fans.
He wasn't the team though. He started when they lost to Plymouth. Just got that.
Yeah. So was it louder than Plymouth on Sunday when you played?
Yeah.
But anyway.
I like that. Braden Graham literally scored on the line.
Tapped it in.
Ball shot. Keeper saves, goes up in the line. He basically just stands on the line and waits for it to hit him.
Good.
Goes in. That's a poacher. That's a poacher. Good save by the keeper.
Mark says who's Ryan? Yeah, Ryan's the club employee, the one with the shorts. Still Ryan. Good lad. Works for the club. Mark also says Van Dijk is a big baby. Dex, who's a YouTube member, says the Touchy Reds need to remember that we are only one Premier title behind them, and we are their worst nightmare. P. Macher says I'd love to see Ashmore FC blow the league. Also on that, with the James Graham says like loads of metatarsals with the pictures and stuff with the boots. When they changed, there was loads of metatarsals, wasn't there? So
Everton under 18s beating Reading under 18s scored after a minute.
Who got that one? Kieran
Loney, yeah.
Was he?
Yeah.
There you go.
Both of the Scottish lads.
The young lads. Well, I mean, Braden Graham's Irish. But
well, sorry,
the young lads who we brought in the summer. Both of them scoring, that's good. They've done well, actually. Loney's done well lately.
Yeah, he's just come into it, hasn't he?
Yeah, he's starting to score the goals and that now, so that's good. Oh, and Harvey Elliott gave the penalty away at Plymouth as well. Nash AFC says so. Maybe he's just still got a cob on because he was a bit rubbish at the weekend.
And a new Jedi Survivor will come on PS Store in February. I knew it. Didn't I keep saying to him, holding off and holding off?
You did.
I only paid like £17 for it.
Yeah, it was fun.
And I'm still playing it.
I'm still playing it.
Yeah.
It's good. It's good. You know what I'm rubbish at, though? I am rubbish at this. You know when you're in, like I'm in, whatever it's called, one of the moon places.
Yeah.
But you know when you're in a thing and there's a rumour on like the bottom level.
Oh, it's because they're on levels, yeah.
I'm like looking, going, how do I can't work my way out.
No, there's a few. There's one on the main planet that I just can't get to.
But there must be a way to get to it.
Science. There's one on the moon planet where you'd have to drop down and like crawl along the floor, and it's not obvious where it is. And then there's all those walls that you'd have to. Yeah, there's one. Yeah. There's one.
Do you know where you go in and there's them bots are everywhere. Yeah. You get the lift, the crot, and it's on that one. I can't get to it, and I'm like, I've been back inside, and I'm like, I can't get down. I don't know how to get down to.
Yeah, without seeing it, I can't tell you, but yeah, there's a loads of like secret little drop downs and stuff.
Belter of a game.
It's good though. That's challenging. Keeps you going.
Belter of a game, right? I'll do another refresh. Make sure you like and subscribe. Thank you very much if you're here. Just get the refresh going there. The refresh is a lonely child. Reflex, but you knew what I was doing.
Yeah, tremendous stuff.
Didn't need explaining.
Tremendous.
Harvey has got a Deirdre Barlow hair, Elliot. Says Ian.
These players who come in, they make me laugh. They're just like the fringe players who like leech off the success,
but they've got
without doing anything. Make me laugh.
Are you talking about Ryan Brewster by any chance?
Yeah, loads of them. They just
Champions League medal.
They have
medal winning fella who
swagger, you know.
And
what's mad is like Liverpool or Red Men are trying to do a thing to get like loads of their former players who never got medals, and which is really good. We've done it. We did it years ago. That's what we do. And,
but they're proper, like
proper players, aren't they? They're players who really contributed, and you have people like him and Brewster and all them who've all got these medals, and you don't fucking do anything to earn them apart from being on Instagram and driving around in your big car. That's what's wrong with football.
Yeah. Mills says, planning on going to Goodison for the final game, ticket or no ticket. Think there'll be stuff going on before and after.
Yeah, but... yeah, I mean, do what you want, but I don't know if you're going to get in, but go to the pub. Although, John sent us that video last night of a lad, a Cockney, who was outside the ground.
And then always open the gates.
Number one, right? Please, people, stop leaving early. Honestly, stop leaving. I don't give a where you're going. Don't come the game if you're going to go home early. Honestly.
Some people have to get.
But then, no, don't come the game then. Don't go the game. No, honestly, I'm not asked. I'll tell people to their faces. Stop going early. You miss moments like that. Anyway, the gate's open. Loads of people are going out, and they're all. So this lad jumps in with all of them and ends up in the family enclosure, watching the VAR decision. And it's like, that can't be right. That can't be right. That a fella who's been standing outside can just wander into the ground, security-wise. That can't be right. Crazy. Can't be. If people go out the stadium, they shouldn't be allowed back in the stadium. Because that means anyone can come. What's the point of bag searches going in the ground? If some fella can just walk into the ground after the game with a rucksack on his shoulder, that's not right, that. This fella walks back in, manages to get himself in the family enclosure, and he's like filming it all. He doesn't even know the score. He thinks it's 3-2 to us when they're doing the VAR. That, security-wise, is a disgrace, and it shouldn't be allowed. And if you're leaving the ground, it should just be a little open one door where people walk out. But maybe if people stopped leaving the ground before the game's finished, honestly, don't go to give up your ticket to somebody else if you can't stay. No, you can have your opinion. This is my opinion. If you got somewhere to be, so what? Tough. Go to that thing then. There's plenty of people who want tickets. And all I'm saying is, if you're leaving the ground early, those players needed your support and you fucked off.
Okay. What about people who...
What's an excuse?
Someone said yesterday with the granddad, and he's got crutches, and he wanted to leave a couple of minutes before all the...
But then wait till everybody else leaves. Wait till everyone else leaves.
Certain circumstances.
I honestly don't see any circumstances why some
people just leave because they want to beat the traffic or they want to do.
Don't go the game then. Don't go the game then. Simple as that. Don't go the game.
You see, the problem you're going to have with the last game, you can't be just opening gates because it's going to be full. So, and people will want to get in.
When I saw that video last night, that a random fella just walked.
That's happened forever though.
No, I know, but
you forget about it.
But you forget about it because you're in there.
Then,
but
now,
for some random fella, it's a different world. For some random fella to just walk in off the street.
You can do that at Liverpool as well.
Of course, I imagine you can do it anywhere you want, but that's worrying. That's a very worrying scenario.
And it's a video for everyone to see. It's not just someone doing it, is it?
There's a video out there of somebody walking into our ground while it's still full, while the game's still going on. That's not right.
You wouldn't get back in like to Germany and all. You'll have no chance. No chance.
That's worrying. That's not on.
Ian Gates says, yet again our manager talks up the team. Positivity. I can't understand why we are playing any better. Can you? It's almost like madness, isn't it? Glenn Watson says, Baz, why don't you just use the force? I see what you did there, Glenn, but when you keep going up and down the levels and you can't quite get to it, little wisecracks like that don't help.
The force isn't Google Maps, is it?
No.
Do you know what I mean?
The force is helping me doing stormtroopers and other people. It's not, the little dinosaur things that come flying at you and
they're buggers.
Things that jump out of swamps at you.
They're horrible. They always make me feel like cheating things.
I don't know whether he'd come in. He might do. He might come in.
Who's that?
Ryan. He's never here.
No, he wouldn't come in.
He's in Australia and he's been all over the gaff.
He wouldn't come in here.
He was going to, but then he's a club employee now, so it's hard for him to do it, isn't he? PL and 21 says, finally, Star Wars chat. Enough of this red shit. There you go. Right. We're going. We've done loads. A lot of people saying, well said, Ped. There you go.
Thank you.
Also doing security. Yeah, bit weird. It is, and listen, I remember doing it once as a kid. Gone to a game, he got, I think we were playing footy, and by the time he got to Goodison, the late gate was shut.
Yeah.
And therefore, we just hung around.
I get
and then
that.
they used to open it 20 minutes from the end.
Yeah.
So it was one game, I can't remember, it was when I was a kid. And me and two mates just ran in for the last 20 minutes.
I get it, and I've seen, and I know, you know, when you watch that video, it's a bit worrying, the fact that they all rush out and then they all rush back in the same gate, and then there's all people in this little alleyway in the corner.
It was what was bad was everyone stood up. That was supposed to be an exit point, though.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
everyone.
It was really worrying to see that. So, surely, I can understand people going, "Oh, I'm getting off," and then because it's 2-1, I don't want to see. Like, I can't understand that because I've never got off. But just to see them all rush back in and nobody stopped them, and therefore allowing extra people to come in, therefore making it really unsafe, because the gate where they all run in, it's all little tiny channels. It's a little channel going to the pitch, and then there's the little channel because they built above it. So it's really narrow. To see all these people rush in, and then to see a random person who's just been standing outside is a little bit worrying. I think that's something the club really need to look at. And if someone from the club sees that video, I think maybe you should get some people, because Everton pay a security company to I understand the Everton stewards, and they're more there like almost like meters and greeters. I understand that, but I find that a little bit worrying. I find that a little worrying.
Mel, he says, in this day and age, it ain't safe. People need to remember the lunatic outside the women's hospital. I'd rather everyone who goes the game, enjoys it, and gets home safe. Jed says, I sit right next to that alley, and normally they never let anyone stand there for anything.
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, it is. It's weird. It was weird. I'm sure it'll be looked at now, because it was rammed, Jed.
Yeah.
It was. I'm sure they'll look at it now.
I just don't. That gate, it's the whole gate is open as well, and as you said, anyone could have come in there.
It's a bit weird, isn't it?
Anyone could have come in.
And because it's a video, I think it makes it more alarming.
It does make it more alarming,
rather
doesn't
than
it?
just going, this happened, and you go, oh, really? Yeah, it's not good. It literally shows you how thingy it can be. So,
in fact, I wouldn't be spreading that video around either.
But anyway, there you go. Something for the club.
No, I mean,
and other clubs, not just Everton, of course. I'm sure this happens.
Well, we saw this year and you won't have seen it, but now on Goodison Road, there's these big metal gates, like to put these big metal things down.
Oh, have they?
Yeah. So when you come by where the Phil Jagielka like Chile memorial thing is, there's like these three. They're only about that high. Yeah. But they're like.
Oh, actually, I have. I've seen them. I walked down with you for the friendly, first game.
So
so that's just in the middle.
So they've got them there now. So there's nothing can get down there.
Yeah.
But like when you see stuff like that, you just think, well, now that's the family enclosure.
Robin, who's a YouTube member, security were trying to move people along, but they were arguing with them.
No, I know, but that's the problem is, and this is why I don't just put it down to the security. This is why I was saying about people leaving. If you leave the ground, that's on you. You've left the ground. Don't be fucking coming back because we've scored. You've made that decision. You've made that decision to leave. And I know this is me having a go at another Evertonians, but I'm sorry. If you make that decision to leave, you shouldn't have the right to come back in. So there should be a system that means you've gone, and that, I'm sorry, a one-way door or something. You've gone. You've made that decision. You need to get off. You need to get off so much. Why are you coming back? And I said this yesterday. Fucking park in, half empty. Some people need to have a look at themselves.
Some will have to go. If you've got to go, you've got to go. But listen.
But I don't get that.
No, but just listen. Like, if some have got to go, i.e., it might be the odd person. That's a different thing, isn't it? But loads went. Yeah. And loads come back in, though.
They did.
So that's not right, is it? Because if it was the odd person and they heard the roar and come back, one person wouldn't make any difference, would they? And they'd still be in the stadium.
Well, Richie, you didn't want to see Liverpool fans celebrate. Well, you never got to see Everton fans celebrate, so I don't get it. You take the highs with the lows when you're a football fan. And if you've got to stand there and see Liverpool fans celebrate, so be it. But you've missed out on
They always said they celebrated for years.
You've missed out on an amazing moment because you've decided. I don't get that. That football is highs and lows. You have to take it. You have to take it. We all took it on Saturday when Bournemouth won, and it's the highs and the lows of football. I'll never understand why anyone leaves the ground. But if you choose to do that, you shouldn't have a right to come back in. That's just my opinion.
But I don't even fully think it's that either, is it? What we're saying as well. That's one thing. I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is that amount of people being able to come in off the street back into the stadium. That's what's worrying. People leaving. Yeah. If you leave and the door's shut behind you, that's one thing. That's you've got to go. Yeah. But it's the.
I just don't think
you're coming back in en masse. I think that's probably like the worrying thing.
I left once early. Tell you when I left early. QPR, 1993. 5-1 down. 5-1 down. And when we were on our way home, we found we'd scored. And I was gutted because I'd missed 2 goals. That's the only time.
Jed said left once early in 30 plus years and missed Rooney's goal against Arsenal. Never again.
Yeah. You take the highs with the lows, and if you've got to stand there and watch another team celebrate their wins, so be it.
Let's split this though as well a little bit, because it's not.
Go on, that's fine.
No, but I think your point though, the point's crossing over. The point you're making, which is the key point, is why is it easy to walk back in off the street into the stadium?
Well, I'm making 2 points.
No, I know, but I think your other point's more important.
I don't mind making the other point.
No, but I'm saying I think your other point is more important. That's the security.
No, that's security. And that's worrying.
That is worrying.
That's worrying that someone can just walk in off the streets. But I'm making the other point. Support your fucking club. That's the other point I'm making. No, I am. I don't care. I've got no. It does not bother me one bit.
Living football,
as
says,
you know,
packed can be dangerous to leave, especially if you're with your old man and he's elderly. Then maybe okay, but I think what Ped's saying then is wait. Then
wait. Wait till everyone else is gone. That's my opinion, and I know I've got the microphone, I can say it, and a million people. Trevor, who sits next to me, gets off early, and next time I see him, I'll go, "You dickhead," because you missed out on something brilliant, missed out on something absolutely brilliant. And listen, why we've got 6 games left at Goodison Park? Why? You've got to. You take the highs with the lows. That's football. That's the big. That's what we're saying. You've got to take it sometimes. You've got to stand there and face up if someone's. But they didn't beat us. We got a last minute goal, and you've missed out on that if you left early. The same way someone there missed out on Rudy's goal and would have missed out on so many goals. Why would you do that? I'll never understand that.
The only bit I don't get is I didn't want to see them celebrating. They've celebrated at our ground loads of times. That's nothing new. Do you know what I mean? If it was like them...
Kevin, I'm not chatting shit, mate. If you have to get off early, why bother going? If you go to pitches, do you get off early? Do you get off early to beat the... this is just my opinion. Do you think those kids want to get off? I seen a lad the other day, I said to John, Bournemouth game. There was a lad sitting down for me with a girl, and it looked like they'd never been to a game before, and I think he might have took the game, and at the end he was trying to get the girl to go early, and she was like, no, I'm staying. I want to see this. I want to see the end. If you've got kids and stuff, sit down and wait till everybody else leaves then. Wait till everyone else leaves. Honestly, I'll never ever understand why anyone... If you've got something to do after the game, don't go the game then.
David Murphy says, I left on 61 minutes against Forest. Dyche's last game, vowing never to return till he went, but I've never once left early before. Oswald Haygood says, almost every sports ticket in America says no pass-outs, meaning if you leave, you can't come back. Adam says, stayed when we got hammered by Arsenal. After that, I stay all the time, and that was painful. Listen, I sit in the upper Bullen, so the away fans aren't that far away from me. There's been many occasions, certainly under Sean Dyche and other managers, where they've been singing and dancing at the end because a lot of people go. That's the way it is. My biggest thing is you certainly shouldn't be getting back in the ground. I think that's a big thing for me. And again, I almost knew that it was going on, but until you see it on that video, you sort of go, oh God, yeah.
Yeah.
That is, like, when you know what I mean, you stop, you think, that can't be right. Like, I don't know how you'd do it if loads are coming, but maybe it would be, lads. You should queue to get out now, because we're not opening the gate. So you'll queue to get out and have a couple of stewards there making sure no one's coming back in.
Yeah, as I said, I don't get it. I don't get it. Well, listen, those people chose to get off. They shouldn't have been allowed back in. Because it does just open the gates to anyone coming back in the ground.
David Earl says, I can never understand leaving early, but I did leave early for that heavy Tottenham defeat. Ian says they used to open the exit gates 10 minutes before the end of the game, and there used to be loads coming in.
Yeah, we've seen kids have always come in. I get it. It's not a new thing. It's not a new thing. Just picking the bones out of it, because we seen a video last night, and
and there was a lot of people though.
And if it
was like 3 or 4 kids.
What I'm saying is, basically what I'm saying is, when you go in the ground, sometimes the stewards, they'll check me missus's bag, they check all the women's bags. They never they sometimes early on the season were patting me down, and they were asking me about me camera stuff and all that. But if someone can just walk in off the street and walk into an area full of kids that's really confined, that's slightly worrying. That's all I was saying.
Right, last couple.
And it wouldn't happen if people didn't get off early.
Brandon says, definitely understand where Pet's coming from about the people who leave the ground early just to beat traffic once their team isn't winning or losing. No need to be it that. Brandon says, sitting at Finch Farm with you on audio in the air, watching the under-21s playing.
I like it.
How's it going, Brandon? What's the game like? Glenn says, you've gone now, go. Don't use the door. Don't turn around now, because you're not welcome.
But that's the other side of it. Those people who are getting off and give me all the reasons why they're getting off. If Everton were winning at the end of the Merseyside derby, would you have got off? Because the answer is no, you wouldn't have got off. So all those excuses that you use...
Well, some of them have said they went because they didn't want to see Liverpool celebrate. So that point would be
But that's
mute.
not an excuse.
No, but that'd be mute, wouldn't it? But the others might.
Fair enough. But most people who say, oh, we got off for this season, there's no way on earth you would have got off. Did you get off last year when we won 2-0? There's not a chance. I just don't get it. It really annoys me when I look at the park end and just see big parts of it gone. It really, really pisses me off. Really pisses me off.
Canna says, as an American who's never and probably never will beat a Goodison for a game, leaving early seems like a bit of a spit in the face, especially with it being the last season.
And also, just on that video, I'm not having a go at the Pacific stewards who were there, because if there's a protocol and there's nobody else there and you've just opened the gate, how are you going to stop those people coming in? Anyway.
Berticus, a YouTube member, says, non-season ticket holder here, I come off 15 times a season on public transport. Hell, I will never leave early, ever. Nash EFC, YouTube member, says, the only time I left was that Bolton game. Paul says, I left when Liverpool scored the 4th goal when they beat us 5-0 at Goodison. I didn't. I stayed right to the end, and they were all sat like that around us, because it was in the days when they could get tickets everywhere, and there was me, my dad, Asty, sat in about 35 of them in the lower Bullens, all round us.
What about when we played? I mean, that's a horrible one, but what about when we played Dingle the other year, Atalanta? We were 5-1 down, and there was no one there, and it was horrible. Still stayed to the bitter end.
Mad, isn't it?
Southampton are winning now.
Southampton winning 2-1. James, where was your academy update? You're a bit slow.
Robinson scored. I didn't give you that.
I didn't need to give that. I'm not giving Southampton scorers updates. Nobody knows who Robinson is.
Job, if you'd asked me, that was...
Well, you didn't do that the first half.
I finished it.
Shut up, shitbox.
Brandon says, he said 1-1, pretty even game. Think Kobe Abera is going to be the 4th youngster on the bench tomorrow, and then says 2-1 to the Saints just after I posted that. Cheers, Brandon, for the updates. But there you go. Right, nice one, everyone. Have a great weekend. Hopefully the Toffees continue the good run they're on. Be a tough game, and obviously a big ash with the injuries, but why not go there and upset the apple cart if you can upset it.
Yeah, if you're got to go early because you've got to get a lift off somebody else. Dead simple. No, dead simple. There's literally no excuse. There's no excuse that you can give to me
what about if you've got to catch like a space?
Don't go to the game.
Back.
Don't go to the game.
But that's your only chance. What have you got? What about your train?
Don't go to the game. Don't go to the game.
Did you leave at Wembley when Andy Carroll scored?
No.
Didn't you?
No. I didn't leave.
I did.
I didn't
The
leave.
only time I've ever left.
You had a heavy night the night before, though. I'll let you off.
I left in the 93rd minute of
Is that an
4.
excuse, though?
What?
You said you let him off with that excuse.
No, it was his 40th the day before. Or...
It was.
So
The
what if
night
it was someone's 40th the day before?
I'm not really letting him off.
Not really.
letting
I
him
left.
He said he let
I'm
him
not
I left-
really letting him off.
I left on 93-22 or something, and they had the ball in our corner. And I thought,
If it's a medical emergency, right?
you have to go.
You have to go. I will let you have that one. I will let you have it. But if you go...
I can't believe there's now scenarios where they've got to see whether you allow them to leave or not. Fair play. Fair play.
But only if you watch records it up to a certain point. You can't make that diagnosis yourself.
Casey says, I've left early to get in the queue for one of them lovely burgers outside when we've already won the game.
Fair play.
All right.
I think winning,
All right.
losing. I'm not having any excuses other than illness. I'm just not having it. Just not having it.
John says, I used to travel up from Kent, 5-hour drive, and I've never left
Is
early.
right, John.
Casey says, what if my nan is being held under gunpoint at Barclays in Old Swan while it was being robbed?
There isn't a Barclays in Old Swan. They shut it down.
Any other bank, though?
They
is that
shut
right?
all the banks down in Old Swan.
They have. All right, any bank anywhere that he has to get to, would that be...
Why? What are you going to do for your nan? How are you helping your nan by getting off early? What are you
never
doing?
know.
Moral support?
He's asking.
Are you the negotiator?
Would that be all right if he was the negotiator?
How would he have found out? You ain't getting signal in Goodison.
That is true.
You ain't getting signal in
What about
Goodison
that?
to tell you your nan's at
All right.
gunpoint. That's factually correct. There's
All right.
no way the message,
No.
the tannoy
No, it doesn't
would
come-
blow your head off if
Doesn't
they put
come-
it over the thing. Like,
Yeah, you won't be able to hear it. You can't hear it. And especially if Rossi is doing it like he was glitching the other night. He defo had 4 Red Bulls from Jamie Vardy announcing the team the other night. Garner J and all this.
He got
And then-
Garner's number wrong.
He got the number. Yeah, got Garner's number wrong. Hasn't changed his number. And then halfway through the game, he went to say something. I went, something. Honestly, he was going, is he all right? Scott.
Kevin Murphy, you are just a prick. Do you know that?
Oh, stop
No.
it. I've got another one.
Right,
Hang on.
he's allowed to abuse me in the
No,
comments.
no,
but
he's
I'm
not. He's not.
abusing him
Just
back.
wait. Don't abuse any
It's
of them.
dead easy.
I've got another one. Rob on YouTube member says, what if your missus is having a baby? Can you leave early?
Well, again, that's a medical emergency.
Okay,
And
so.
I'll allow that.
All right, but there you go. Because I've got people
That's
saying, did we pass the test?
Medical emergencies.
But not kidnapping nuns, that doesn't count.
KC says, me nan, BBM'd me though. Remember them? Oh my God.
Medical emergencies.
What if he has a pager?
Yeah.
The only way to contact people in the game at Goodison, pager. So he's took a pager and his nan's gone beep, 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 and he's looked and gone, held at gunpoint. You need to come quickly.
Yeah. Listen, medical emergencies, and you're the next of kin. That's fine. Anything else, I'm not accepting it. I'm not accepting
No,
it because you're endangering everybody
No
else.
one else has come up with any.
There are no other
Oh, we are.
scenarios.
Hang on. Nick Ashley says, not Rick Ashley.
You've got a fact. You've been sent a fax.
Says sometimes I have to leave early to make large monetary deposits into a bank account that I'm saving up eventually to give to Ped. What about that one? Does that pass the Ped test?
You have, if it's a medical emergency, it either has to be you or your next of kin, right? That's the only thing that I will accept. I will allow acceptable, right? Anything else?
Hang on, Trilos says, what if Scarjo in full Black Widow kit says she will let you smash it if you leave?
But
early?
how's she getting the message to you?
Pager.
No, not having that.
Okay.
I'm not having it.
Dazzle Camel yet being sent a fax. Danny says today's been a great show since transfer deadline day.
David Murphy says, what if the fan behind you is huge and is threatening to teabag you at full time? Some people would enjoy that. Not saying it.
Patrick Bateman says, Ped, you're spot on, don't worry, my beautiful strawberry blonde prince.
It's like always, right? The people who take offence to this are the people who get off early. That's it. Everyone else doesn't take offence to it because they know I'm right.
John says, I don't get why the 3 minutes makes a difference anyway. Just sit there for fuck's sake. What about... No, I'm not doing that one. What about catching... Alex says, what about catching a flight to another continent that only leaves once a week?
There's no, honestly. Well, then you shouldn't be going the game.
Or Stephen Dyer says, how about if you are a pilot?
Oh, Emma, Emma, sorry, why did you get defensive then? Why have you got defensive?
Where's she got?
She's got, don't you dare. Why? Why did you immediately think I was thinking of you? Why? Teabag Tuesday.
Stephen Dyer says, well, how about if you're a pilot and you need to jump in to fly the plane which says suck on the tark volley, you red shite.
The banner
to fly it. Oh my God.
There's no excuse.
Paul Slater, just say to your missus, hang on. Hey love, hang on. Yeah. Like that. Yerry Mina says, if I got that message from Scarlo, it would be in a medical emergency, as I'd have a heart attack. Paul says, what's the female version of a teabag? A flappuccino. Oh, there's no need for that. This isn't Premier.
It's 20 to 3 in the afternoon.
That's too early.
20 to 3.
It's too early, that, innit? Yeah. You can't be throwing them. I mean, I didn't have to say it, but I felt like I had to honour it. Because it was out there. No, Graham, I'm not reading that one out.
Emma again, thinking. That's worrying from your end, Emma, I'm afraid. By the way, Emma, if I was going to say it was you I would just say you. You know that, I don't.
Glenn says, what if you've got a gas leak at home and you've got to get home because the missus has locked herself out? Why would you want the missus going in when there's a gas leak? Surely you want emergency services. Ian the Blue said maybe they all had to get off to the townhouse for granny night. That's why they left.
That flappuccino, man.
I don't know whether that we really probably should end the show on that.
Even worse, it's made with sour milk.
There's no need for that. There's no need for that. There's no need for that. Okay. Right, it is the longest daily we've ever had. Yeah. You can tell things are much brighter in Everton. The Everton universe. Right,
listen, if you did get off early, you missed that moment. So there's nothing I can say, good or bad.
Captain Cuddles, a YouTube member, says, screw the people who left early. They missed out, and that's enough of a punishment. Robbie says it's a clam bag.
If you went to Chippy and paid for a meal, and you wouldn't leave your chips there, so why leave the match early? You've paid for it. There you go.
Mike Davies says, tough game tomorrow, lads. It is.
Thanks for bringing it back to earth.
It is. Mark Cody says, Austin Healy left early. Well, that's on Austin Healy.
Yeah, that's his own fault for having a name which sounds like a car from the 50s. The rugby brown shoe wearing silly person.
Right. I'm going.
We're going. I feel like there's something in you here, Emma. I feel like you've added the context that we didn't add. I don't know what's going on, Emma. I don't know what your scenario is with the bagging or the cappuccino. I'm leaving it there. But I definitely know there's some sour milk involved. Boom. Just leaving that there. But whatever happens, I know she's having a Twix with it.
I don't know what to say. I think it's time to go.
Let's go.
Have a fantastic weekend. Check out the previews, the starting 11.
All of it.
If you're a Premier member, business with Blaines out of 5. Emma loves a bit of both, she said. Fair play.
Oh, see.
Fair play. Take it easy. We're going. See ya.